Let's start with sitting up straight. Hands on your knees, back straight. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes. And start to inhale and exhale. Long inhalations and long exhalations. Gently bring your hands together, start rubbing them together and place them on your closed eyelids. Rub your hands across your face and with a few blinks, open your eyes. Let's start with neck rotations. You're going to inhale as your head goes back and exhale as it comes forward. Now let's go in the other direction. Inhale as your head goes back and exhale as it comes forward. Now inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. Once again, inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Come to the center and let's look from side to side. And once again, come to the center and ear to shoulder. Good. Now stop the practice. Interlock your fingers together. Extend your arms up and slightly back. And then release your arms, left hand on the right knee and twist back. Shoulders open, chest lifted. Good. And then come back and once again you're going to interlock your fingers together. Extend your arms up and slightly back. And then release your arms, right hand on the left knee and twist back. And come back. Now place your hands flat on the floor in front of you. Walk your hands forward and see how close you can come to the floor. And slowly walk your hands back. And now bring your feet together in your Baddha Konasana. Gentle Baddha Konasana. And then place your hands on the floor and walk your hands forward. Slowly walk your hands back. Now extend both legs forward and lightly touch the toes. If you're able to completely touch the toes, that's great. If you're not able to come close to the toes, you just try and bob back and forth. Yeah, okay. And then take the legs wide apart, as wide as you can go right now. And place your hands on the floor and walk your hands forward. Yeah, so keep it gentle. Don't force yourself to go really far. Nisha, toes up. Everybody toes up, heels out. Yeah, don't allow the toes to also fall back. Keep the toes lifted, pointing to the ceiling. Walk your hands back. Now both hands on either side of the right leg and walk your hands forward. Try and go further with the left side than the right side. And slowly walk back. And now the same thing on the other side. So again, you go as far as you can and walk the right hand a lot more than the left. And come back. Now come on all fours, hands and knees on the floor. And let's start with the tiger breathing. So you're going to inhale, push your belly button to the floor, look up. Exhale, push your chin into your chest, curve your back, pull the tailbone in. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Exhale, push your chin into your chest, curve your back, pull the tailbone in. Once again, inhale, look up. And exhale, push your chin into your chest, curve your back, pull the tailbone in. Okay, now come back to your base position. Okay, since we're doing this, let's do something else also. I think on Friday we did this. So come closer, take the left leg across the right and bring your hands next to the knees. Yeah, so you actually sit back on your heels and you bring your hands next to your knees, and then you're going to lift the knees up, like push the hands down, lift the knees up and get the knees close to the chest. And then sit down again. So several times, try to bring the knees close to the chest. Squeeze the abdomen and pull the knees close to the chest. 5 times. Lift up and go down. You're using only the knees. Do not push the feet down and with that force lift up. Do not do that. You're trying to use the abdomen and the strength of the core to lift the knees up and bring them down. 5 times and then rest. Yeah. Then we can come into the downward dog. Yeah, once you're done with 5 times, place your hands on the floor, toes on the floor, and go into your downward dog. Lift the tailbone up. Press the hands down, lift the tailbone up. Rotate the thighs in. You can lift your heels up, that's fine. Lengthen the torso. Try not to collapse the chest. Keep the shoulders strong and squared. And then step forward, Uttanasana. So now in Uttanasana also push the fingertips down. Again keep your shoulders squared, roll the thighs in, push the quads back so that you're stretching and widening the hamstrings. Again, let's go back into downward dog. Again, press down into the floor, lift the tailbone up. Imagine that you have to jump up. You know, when you jump up, you would have to engage your arms a lot more. So keep the arms active in that way. Keep the entire body active in that way. As though you're in motion and not in an asana, like not in a static asana. Good. Step forward, Uttanasana. Now widen your arms in Uttanasana. So right now your arms may be close to each other. Make them wide. Push them as far out as you can. That'll make you come forward some more. So just allow that to happen. Knees can be slightly bent, but you must try and feel that stretch on the hamstrings. Now see if you can walk your hands back. Okay, so you're walking the hands back so that the fingertips can come even like beyond the level of your ankles. See if you can do that. Otherwise, you can start walking back and see how far you can go. Can you come close to your toes? Can you come close to the middle part of your feet? Can you come close to the ankles? Good. Now hands back into Uttanasana. Hands on the waist and come up and stand up. Good. Now come to the front of your mat. We'll do a couple of rounds of Surya Namaskars. Can you guys hear me? Is everything okay?
I'm not able to hear you, Pragya.
Okay, just one second. Let me just check my volume. Yeah, okay, my volume. Wait, is it okay now? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I should have checked the volume. Okay. All right. Okay, now let's come back. Come to the front of the mat. Hands in the Namaskar Mudra. And let's begin. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward. Right leg back, left leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward, left leg back, right leg back, knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward. Right leg back, left leg back. Knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward. Left leg back, right leg back. Knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward. Right leg back, left leg back. Knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward. Left leg back, right leg back. Knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward. Right leg back, left leg back. Knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward. Left leg back, right leg back. Knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward. Right leg back, left leg back. Knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward. Left leg back, right leg back. Knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. One more. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward. Right leg back, left leg back. Knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, bend forward. Left leg back, right leg back. Knees, chest, chin down. Bhujangasana, Parvatasana. Left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale all the way up and back. Good. Go into your child's pose. Have a sip of water. Good. So it's the first month of, it's the first week of the month, and today we're gonna, this week we're gonna focus only on standing asanas. Some classes will be challenging, some classes will be reinforcing the basics. Okay, so let's come up and we'll start with the basic standing posture, which is Tarasana, and we're gonna start with Tarasana against the wall. Actually, let's start with Tarasana on the floor. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you take your mat close to the wall, lie down with your head away from the wall and the feet touching the wall. Feet should be resting on the wall. So lie down. Make sure you're not arching the tailbone back. You know, don't arch the tailbone down to the floor. Try to push the lumbar back on the floor. Like, try to push the maximum area of your back to the floor. So go ahead and lie down. Roll your shoulders back, widen the back, the entire back. So think about, you know, the right side of your torso, left side of the torso, you're widening that. Right side of the hip, left side of the hip, you're widening that. Nisha, come away from the wall, feet should be on the wall. You're basically legs straight. Yeah. Yes. And that is a good way of doing it, the way you pushed yourself away. Because that automatically ensures that the tailbone is not arched. Press your soles into the wall and press the heel down into the floor. Yeah, feet together, Nidhi. Nisha, you can get your feet completely on the floor. Like, completely on the floor. Yes, and push yourself in the same way that you did before. Yeah, yeah. Now the sides, Satya, this is not Shavasana, hands next to your body. Yes, and the palms facing your body. This is Tarasana. So the palms will be facing your body. The sides of your hands will be on the floor. It's like you're standing in attention, but the floor is guiding you. So roll the shoulders back. Widen the hip area. Push your shins down. Push the back of the knees down. Roll the thighs in. Push the inner edges of your feet into the wall. If you were to stand up right now in the same position, your sternum would be slightly lifted, your thighs would be rolled in, you would not be arching the back, nor would you be pushing the hips forward. So this is the basic standing posture, Tarasana. Now turn to the right and come up. And now we'll do Tarasana against the wall. So you're going to stand next to the wall, same thing. Your heels touching the wall, shoulders touching the wall. You widen the hips on the wall, widen the back on the wall. And you stand with the sides of the hands on the wall. So it's like the shoulders are rolled in, the arms are touching the wall. Yes, and here notice that the sternum lifts up. Because you're pushing the shoulders back, the sternum is lifted up. And this is the correct way of standing. Roll the thighs in. Make sure that the thighs are rolled in. It has to happen, otherwise you'll be arching forward. You'll be arching your hips forward. But if you roll the thighs in, then you'll be against the wall. Okay. Now, just as an addition to this, stay in the same posture. Lift your arms up. Yes. So this is how your body is supposed to be in handstand. Okay, if you can understand this line, where your wrists are, shoulders, if you can understand this line, this is basically the handstand line. This is also the headstand line. Good. Okay, come away from the wall and go into your downward dog. You can keep your heels resting on the wall and go into the downward dog. Yeah. Now push the heels into the wall. You could keep your feet either together or about hip width distance apart. Whatever is comfortable for you. Press the hands down. Press the heels into the wall. Again, imagine that this is not a static pose. The pose is always in action, so you're rolling the thighs in, pushing the hands down, pressing the fingertips down, and step forward, Uttanasana. Now in Uttanasana, we did this during the warm-up also, so we'll take it a step ahead now. Now you're going to keep your hips in line with your ankles and walk your hands forward. And keep reaching forward with your hands. It's like upper body tries to go into downward dog, but the lower body keeps it anchored. That's good, Steffi. So try a little bit more. Try to walk the hands out a little more. Away from you, Tejasvi. Away from your body. Yes. Push the tailbone back and walk the hands forward. Good. Now hands on the floor, everyone. And right leg forward. Left leg goes back. Left heel on the wall. Parshva Uttanasana. Left heel is on the wall. Rotate both thighs in. Keep looking straight ahead. Push the hands down. Push the fingertips down. Roll the right hip back. Good. Switch legs. Left leg comes forward. Right leg goes back. Heel up on the wall. Okay, we're going to do this once more, and everyone is going to widen the distance between the feet. So Steffi, you particularly make a wider stance. Yes, much better. Much better. Now press the right foot into the floor, the inner edge of the right foot. Press it into the floor. Remember what you did in Tarasana. We were pressing the inner edge of the foot down. Straighten your left leg. Lengthen the torso. Now switch legs. Left leg comes forward, right leg goes back. Sometimes when you try to roll the right hip forward, the knee bends a little bit, but try to straighten that knee. Good. Now from here, go into your downward dog. This time, everyone keep your feet together in downward dog. Lift the tailbone up. Keep your feet together. Arms can be wide. Now, three-legged downward dog. So take the right leg straight up. Square your hips and take the right leg straight up. Maybe take the right leg a little more to the right. Maybe. Right leg a little more. Yes, that is a straight line. Stay. Good, Steffi. Good, Monica. Satya, you also, can you take the right leg a little more to the right? Only 1 inch? Yes. And try to pull the right hip forward. Kiran, try to take the leg further up on the wall. Yes. And push yourself closer to the wall. Good. Now switch legs. Switch legs. Right leg comes down, left leg goes up. Tejasvi, you can also ride the leg up higher. Good, Nisha? Yes. Yes, good. Good. Okay, come down. Knees on the floor, child's pose. Rest. Okay. Now once again come into your downward dog with the heels up on the wall. Now again we're going to go into Parshva Uttanasana and stretch slightly more. So first come into the downward dog, then bring the right leg forward in between both hands, straighten both legs and start to walk the hands forward. So this is the first step, that you try and walk the hands forward. Already you feel that something else is happening, something more, a little more intense. Just pull your left hip forward, left hip. Okay, now switch legs. So right leg should go back, left leg should come forward. Remember the right heel is up on the wall, it's still up on the wall. Roll the left thigh inwards, walk the hands forward. Yes, stay with that stretch. Because we did one-legged downward dog, you'll be able to do this a little bit more. Good. Now go back into your downward dog and push the tailbone further up, push the heels further into the wall and then step forward, Uttanasana, feet together. So Uttanasana now should be a little more easy than it has been so far. Okay, now you're going to lift the right leg straight up and maybe you could go closer to the wall and lift the right leg straight up and rest that leg on the wall. So both legs make like a 90-degree angle with the wall. You rotate the right hip in, make sure that you're not opening the hip. You're squaring the hip. And then switch legs. Note that this is taxing on the opposite thigh. So my left leg might go up, but it's the right hamstrings which feel that stretch. One more time, right leg goes up. And right hip comes down. Good. Switch legs. Switch legs. Good. And bring the the leg down. Stand up. Tarasana. You're going to stand with your feet together. Interlock the fingers together. Extend the arms up. Imagine that there's a wall behind you. And you're trying to widen the back against the wall. You're widening the hips against the wall. pushing your heels into the wall. Just so you have to imagine. The reason you have to imagine is so that you can eventually get away from the wall and then do this, get used to what Tarasana feels like. Keep pushing the feet down, inner edges of the feet. Keep pushing that down. Good. Release. Again, come into your downward dog. Again, come into Parshva Uttanasana. So, first downward dog. And then step forward with the right leg. Square your hips. Now walk your hands backward. Before we walk them forward, walk your hand back, both hands back, and try and get the forehead as close to the leg as you can. Widen the hips. There is a tendency to bring the hips forward, to tighten the glutes, to tighten the hip. Do not do that. Widen. The right hip to the right side, left hip to the left side. Keep relaxed. Keep a relaxed lower back, and you'll be able to go down further. Good. Let's switch legs. Take the right leg back, and let's bring the left leg forward. And the same thing. You're going to walk your hands back and keep the hips squared and wide, and try to get the forehead close to your shin, the left shin. Very nice. Okay. Now step forward to Uttanasana. Again go into Tarasana. Yeah, stand up. Again go into Tarasana. Yes. Tighten your knees. Especially those of you who bend the knees in Uttanasana. Try to tighten the knees and the thighs and really push them down. Because in Uttanasana, you're not stretching the knee at all. So in Tarasana, you might as well stretch the knees. Release. Release the leg, the hands, and release the posture. Okay. Now you're going to come into three-legged Uttanasana, which we just did. But this time you're going to use the wall and you're going to stretch a little bit more. So watch. You come a little closer to the wall. And then you take the right leg up. Okay. Like, this is not like we do in downward dog. It's a little bit higher than downward dog, and we're a little closer than downward dog. And then you try and get the forehead as close to this leg as you can. Yeah, so you're using the wall to lift the leg up and trying to come as close to the other leg as you can. Yeah, so this is different from downward dog. Downward dog, the legs are completely on the wall. Here the legs are about 2 feet away from the wall, and you lift one leg up. So go ahead and try that. Try the right side first. Yeah, 2 feet is like usually the standard measure. Yes. Don't worry about getting that leg straight and all of that. We want to stretch. Basically, I want you to stretch your left leg, left hamstrings and right hamstrings. Yeah. And then Nisha, hold that left leg with your left hand. Yes, hold it. Yes. You're balancing on that one leg in that hand. And bring it closer. Very good. Come down. Try it on the other side. Monica, do you want me to show it again? Yeah. Once you're done, relax in the child's pose. Yeah. Yeah, Monica, you're doing it right. You did it right. You just have to hold that foot also. Anyways, we're going to repeat it. So relax, and then we're going to do it once again. Relax in the child's pose. Okay guys, come up and watch. The posture that you just did, you're going to do without the wall. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to come into Uttanasana, And here, if you want to use blocks, like if you're unable to reach down, go ahead and use the blocks, that's fine. Then you lift one leg up. So in my case, let's say I lift the right leg straight up. I try to keep the hip squared. I don't open up like this. Okay, I keep the hip squared, the leg comes down significantly. Then I keep my right hand on the floor and I hold the left ankle with my left hand and I try to get as close as I can to the left leg. And then I come up and I do the same thing on the right side. Yeah? So it is a combination of balance. It's a standing asana, combination of balance, flexibility. You're building strength also. So just try as much as you can. Try to walk as close to the leg as possible. Let's try. Go ahead. So you'll come into Uttanasana first and then lift the right leg up as high up as you can take the right leg. And then start to walk your hands closer to that left leg. You could hold the left leg with the left hand. Balance yourself. Yeah. Good. And switch and do this on the other side. Good. Okay, good guys. Come down. Come down. Now grab a block and let's go into Veerasana to further stretch the ankles. So use a block or use anything else that you want for the height. And sit in Veerasana. And in Veerasana, because we've been working on standing asana, like if the block is easy for you, if you don't feel anything, you're so comfortable on the block, then reduce the height. Then use something else. Maybe roll a blanket or roll a towel and put that under your hips. But you should feel a little bit of something on your knees, maybe on the ankles. Something you must feel when you do Veerasana. Yes, and this is a good way to also eventually go all the way down to the floor in a safe way. Yeah, you can remove it also, Tejasvi, if you want. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And Tejasvi, keep your feet like hugging the hips. So the hips. Yeah. Like that. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Also, if you are comfortable in the asana, then try to pull the sacrum in. So instead of the tailbone going out like this, because there is a tendency to just try to straighten like this. This is also a straight back. So instead of this, you pull the tailbone into the body. So it's almost like you're pushing the belly button forward. It's almost like that. Yeah, and that lifts the sternum up also. Good. Now everyone go into your downward dog. So now we've stretched the knees. Now we're going to stretch the back of the knees. So go into your downward dog. Tighten the knees. Yeah. Give that stretch to the knees. You can bend the knees and straighten them several times. Good. Okay. Now step forward. Uttanasana. Stand up. Stand up, take the legs wide apart, Trikonasana. Yeah, you can stay where you are. Widen the legs, wider than you usually do it because we've stretched a lot. Yes, now turn the right foot out. Turn the right foot out. Inhale, take your hands up. Exhale, take your hands out to the sides. Now reach out to the right side and go down. Take your hands. Some of you can take them all the way down to the floor, like Nisha, down to the floor. Yes. Straighten the legs. Good. Satya, that's good. Try to push your left shoulder back. Left shoulder, yes. Yes. and then the arms align. Very good. Okay, come up. Same thing on the other side. Good, Steffi. Yeah, same thing on the other side. Take the left leg out, right leg in. Yeah, inhale, take both hands up. Exhale out to the side. Go to the left. Place your hand wherever you can reach. If you can go to the floor, go ahead and try to reach the floor. Yeah. Yeah. So Nidhi, see, you're trying to push the right hand back, but it's the hand which is going back. So try to push the shoulder back. Satya, you also push that shoulder back. Good. Okay, come up. Take the legs wider, and we're going to go into the warrior 2. So take slightly wider, even if it's 1 inch, but you try to widen the legs more. Now turn the right foot out. Inhale, take your hands up. Exhale, take your hands out to the sides. Now bend the right leg, sink down. Yeah. Okay, good. Good, Steffi. That was good. So you can sink down more. Yes. Nisha, push the hips forward. Kiran, take the arms out. Arms out, yes. In Veerasana, arms are always out. Nidhi, push the hips forward. Imagine you're doing a back, yes, like that. Like, yeah, very good. Okay, good, Monica. Okay, come up. Now, down to the left side. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Go down on your own. Hands up, hands out to the sides. Bend the left leg, sink down. So just try to get your spine perpendicular to the floor. So stack the vertebrae on top of each other. Kiran, that's good. Yeah, Monica, that's very good. Nice. Good, guys. Okay, come up. Go into your downward dog. Stretch the legs again. Especially that hip. Push that hip up. Make it a very active posture. Yes. Very good. Good. Very nice, Monica. Nice. Okay, guys. Knees on the floor and come up. Okay. Now for this next one, some of you may need a rope. So just watch what you're going to do. If you have a rope, you're going to come into Padangusthasana, A and B. Okay. So A is like this. You will hold and you will try to straighten the leg. Okay, using your belt. So if you're here, you're still using the belt, but you're trying to hold a steady posture. This is a standing asanas class. So by now you will be able to hold this. Okay, the flexibility should be there and the stability on this side also. So go ahead and try that. Padangusthasana A. When the leg is forward, it's Padangusthasana A or Padangusthasana 1. Go ahead and try. Let me see, how much you're stretching. Yeah. See, there is an improvement for every single one of you. Good. Use both hands. Very nice. Tejasvi, see if you want to use the belt, you use it. Otherwise, don't use it. If you can hold the foot, no need to use the belt. Yeah. No, so they're both hands, not one hand. But it's good that you're doing that one hand thing also. That's very good. Yeah. Okay, guys, do it on the other side. Straighten. Yeah, okay, come down. Now, you have a wall. So you're just going to increase the stretch. Okay, you're going to stand with the wall in front of you. If the wall does not work for you, you can use another edge, but watch. So you're here, now you're going to take the leg further up. Take it up. See how far up you can take the leg. Okay, use the wall to increase that stretch. This leg can point out slightly, okay, but you're still pushing this leg up as high as you can. you're still facing, the hips are largely facing this wall. Yes, so try that. Try that on both sides. Yeah. Monica, if you pull the toes in, like just put the heel on the wall, it works better. Yes, Steffi, that's good. Yes, Nisha, good attempt. This you use both hands, not one. Yes. When you use both hands, your hips are more squared. So it's a good idea to use both hands. Monica, Kiran, you could also use like the edge of a couch or something. So you could also just do this, like using the edge of a couch. Yeah. So even that is good, Kiran. So try both sides, guys, and do your best. This is the first time we're doing this. Do your best. Try to push that leg up as high as you can, and you try your best. Yeah, good. So when it comes to flexibility, the longer you hold, the more open, the more it opens up. Okay, Padangusthasana B or Padangusthasana 2, which is to the side. So here you use one hand and you take that leg out and you pull it as much as you can. Okay, you pull it up as much as you can. Don't lean to one side. Try to stay straight and then lift the leg up. Yeah, use a belt if you need to. Yeah. Yes, observe what happens to your torso. If you feel that you tend to lean to the side when you do this, then it means that, there's something, the leg is not working. So try. We're going to eventually go to the wall for this one also. Yes, do it on the other side now, both sides. Yeah, note the difference in both sides of the body. Good, Satya. Nice. Okay, guys, come down. Good. So there's an improvement from like most of you. Okay. Now, how do you get the leg up? You actually should use the belt. Stay away, like stand about like 4 feet away from the wall, and then you're going to take this belt. Take this leg up. Now you can even lean on the wall. So you're just pushing the leg up. Lean on the wall, it's fine. You can keep holding this belt or you can hold the foot, but try to push it up. Yeah, push the heel on the wall, the toes should face you. Nidhi, come on. Yeah. It helps if only the heels are on the wall. It's easier to slide the foot up when the surface area that's touching the wall is less. If it's the entire sole, then you have to push against the entire sole to lift, push up. And that friction becomes a little harder. Okay, try the other side. Yes, good, Monica. Yeah. So remember, see here I'm not worried about like your alignment. Here, what I want you to see is how far up can you go? Like what is the potential for the body? That's all we're looking at here. Yeah. Good. Come down. Very nice. Come down. Okay, now again go into your downward dog. In the downward dog, you're going to stabilize the hips. See, do the downward dog now and see the kind of relief that you get on the hips when you do this. Yeah. Very nice. Good. Okay, guys. Now sit on the floor for Janu Shirshasana, and this should also become a little easier. So that shows you how the postures are actually connected. You do the standing postures really well, then the sitting postures also become easier. So you bring the left leg in, take the right leg out. Yeah, keep the back straight. If you need a belt, go ahead and use a belt. And if you don't need a belt, hold the outer edges of your foot. I think, yeah, Nisha, very good. Yeah, you'll be able to hold now. Yeah, you don't need a belt. Push that thigh down, right thigh. Bend your elbows, try to come closer to the leg. See how much more closer you're able to come. Good. Switch legs now. Switch legs. Again, the same thing. You're going to hold the toes. Yeah. So Monica, see how much more closer you are to the leg. Very good. Very nice. Okay, good. Come up. Now Baddha Konasana. See whether it's easy, easier. Keep the back straight. Good. Good. Uttanasana. So both feet forward and hold the outer edges of each foot and try and come closer to the legs. Good. Take the legs wide apart, Upavishta Konasana. Upavishta, which is legs are wide. Okay, let's do a little twist here. Left hand on the right thigh and look behind you. Keep pushing the hips down. Both legs down on the floor. Don't allow the left hip to lift up and twist. Good. Come back. Right hand on the left thigh and look behind you. Good. Come back. Now take the left hand up and try to move to the right toes. Good. Come up. And the same thing on the other side. Right moves to the left toes. Good. And come up. Okay. Now, legs together, go into your Sarvanasana. Everyone shoulder stand. To the best of your ability. You'll be able to do a better shoulder stand because the hips are more open now. Notice this shoulder stand. If you're menstruating, then no shoulder stand for you. Then you can sit in Sukhasana and walk the hands forward and try to rest the forehead if you're menstruating. Yeah. Yes. Steffi, roll the thighs in, push up. Okay, all of you guys are doing really well. Very nice. Stay. We're going to stay for 2 minutes and then we're going to come down. After 2 minutes, those of you who want to try Halasana can try Halasana also after 2 minutes. And those who want to come down after 2 minutes, you can come down. I'll let you know when. Okay, now those of you who want to try Halasana, go ahead. Yeah, slowly take the legs. Yeah. So Steffi, that's a good way of doing halasana, but you should move your upper body away from the wall. So yeah, because you should have enough space that you can take the legs all the way down. Yeah. Stay in the halasana. If you're done with halasana, sit in your Baddha Konasana. Yes. If you're done with halasana, which means like if you feel like coming out, if you're unable to hold anymore, if you can hold halasana, then stay. Yeah. Now Baddha Konasana. Yeah. Nisha, if you try to push your feet into the wall, it will straighten the back even more. Those of you doing Baddha Konasana, rotate the shoulders back, push the knees down. Lift the sternum up. Imagine you're pushing the groin down. As the groin goes down, the chest lifts up. Yeah, okay. Now everyone lie down on your back. Use something soft under your head. And before we go into Shavasana, you're going to lie down, keep your knees bent, feet on the floor. Okay. Now here you can use one hand. Okay, so you hold the right toe, big toe with the right hand and straighten the right leg. You'll be able to do this much better now. Straighten the left leg on the floor, left leg on the floor, right leg up. Now try and pull the right leg as like closer to you. Good. Release. Release. Bend both knees. Hold the left toe with the first two fingers of the left hand. Straighten the left leg. Straighten the right. Now pull the left leg closer to you, closer to your body. Good. Release both legs. Now for 2 minutes you're going to stay in Supta Baddha Konasana. So make the Baddha Konasana with your legs. Yeah, and then arms out like they would be in Shavasana. Roll the shoulders back. If you feel that there is some sort of pain anywhere on the hip, you could support your knees with like a block or something. Now you can straighten your legs and go into Shavasana.